Okay, there is a bit of good news regarding the faked, staged, artificially induced alien invasion. As I've discussed on www.stalin.ca. The idea was this. I presented the argument that they're going to stage a fake alien invasion. I explained their basic strategy. Now, we had over 6,000 views of my initial day of the fake alien invaders, which detailed the basic outline, the basic threat to humanity. So what's happened is, this is what I've gathered. Now, I'm a multidimensional observationist. I gather my information from other dimensions, as well as within society, as well as from myself. I don't have proof, I don't have insiders telling me stuff. I'm not connected to any agency, except for I have an association with star nations. But on this, they did not specifically work with me in any particular way. I was basically left alone to come up with this. The alien invasion scenario was first introduced by Wernher von Braun in the early 70s. So that was not new. It's been passed down by a number of people, including some people like Dr. Carol Rosen and a whole host of people. I haven't followed that. I haven't followed any of this. But when I realized, especially in March of this year, 2011, with the Battle LA film, the release of the Battle LA film on March 11, when I realized that that was evil alien propaganda, that it was sponsored by higher agencies, military agencies, US-based agencies. Again, nobody told me this. This is my understanding. When that took place, I realized, okay, they're planning we know that they want to stage a fake alien threat to humanity in order to weaponize space. When? They released the evil alien propaganda in March. That was when. That was when I produced my short documentary, Faking an Evil Alien Invasion. Faking an Alien Invasion. You can see it online. So that was in March, and then end of April, what happened? May 1st, the death of Osama bin Laden, the end of the terrorism threat. What did Dr. Wernher von Braun talk about? He said there would be a Russian threat. He said that there would be a terrorism threat. He said that there would be an asteroid threat. And then he said that there would be an alien threat. Well, the Russians, done. Terrorists, done. So we only got two major threats left. It was the asteroid and the aliens. The asteroid threat, they're not going to threaten us with asteroids for 10 years. So it could be a very short threat. And it's going to be combined with the alien threat. So all the pieces were there. So that's why I presented my information. I changed my site. I've created new titles to warn people. But the good thing is that we managed to create enough awareness that they are changing their plans. I noticed this a few days ago. They are changing their plans. So whatever I came up with initially, the basic strategy I think is going to hold. But the details, you'll see it on my site, the details have changed and are changing. On top of this, when I realized a few days ago that they were changing their strategy, it meant that we had an effect. That the warnings and the ideas presented, people actually believed it enough that they realized this thing won't work because the people know what's going on. That was the whole intent. That's why I was very brazen, very explicit. I stuck my neck out what they're going to do because I wanted them to change it. hoping that I was right. I thought I was 75 to 80% accurate. Of course, they can change it to anything, but I was accurate enough on their plan. And you guys, you see, you guys actually took me serious enough. It made sense enough that they realized that they can't execute that plan. So they had to change it. So we changed the outcome. Not a big change, but they changed it. They also, what they did was, they changed the outcome, and then I realized they concealed it. They created, originally I couldn't see it because they use a lot of magic and they use a lot of science to conceal it. They're very good at concealing stuff because the surprise of an event creates the necessary shock in order to succeed, right? The surprise to shock people with this terrorism, then you can overcome their defenses. You can overcome their rationality, their logic. You pull in your leaders to create hysteria and paranoia, and you come to all these crazy decisions. We got to blow people up. We got to invade this. You got to give up your liberties. People are in shock. They don't know what's going on. They'll give up their children to stay alive. When I detailed their strategy, well, you can't surprise people because now it's documented, right? So that worked. They changed it, but now they're concealing it again. So this is what I've noticed, is that they're heavily concealing it now. It's very hard for somebody to know what's going on. Now we're still trying to look at it, and I hope you guys are still looking at it, because the more of us who are looking at it, prepared for it, the less success they'll have, right? The more we know, the less success, the less shock. The less shock, we're going to be rational, we're going to be logical. When the fake alien puppets come out, when the holographic ships are flying in this night sky, when the triangular crafts are coming, when the buildings start to disappear, we're saying, okay, it's happening. Let's stay calm. We have a plan. So they're changing it. So it's very important. It's very important that we always keep this presence, this presence of mind. Prescience. I think that's the word, prescience. Presence of mind. Always keep the presence of mind. Be aware. Don't allow them to brainwash you to accept the loss of your liberty. Don't allow them to say, the evil aliens are coming, we need a world military. Don't allow that. Don't allow them to launch into World War III. Mentally, physically, emotionally, don't allow it. You have to disallow it. You have to protect that. We have to preserve that. Because that's what they need to do. They need to convince you to allow World War III to take place. Or it won't take place. If you say yes to World War III and to blowing up this and blowing up that and world government, then the cosmic observers, they look down and they go, okay, the people, they want it. So they're going to be restricted on how much they can help us. If, on the other hand, we say we don't want World War III, we don't want any more war at all, we don't want to give up any more of our liberties, we don't want you to have a police state system, we don't want to be chipped, we don't want to be dipped, we don't want to be tagged, we don't want to be bagged, we don't want to be sagged. The cosmic observers are going to say, hey, the people don't want it. That means those guys are the aggressors, the tyrannical force. They're breaking the cosmic law. So the cosmic enforcers, the cosmic defenders, now have the right to come down here and get involved. See, that's what you need. Because we're controlled by cosmic criminals. If the people say no, if the people are aware, if we're a community and we're protecting our children, the cosmic authorities will come down here, and because these guys have broken the cosmic law. On the other hand, if we accept things and we just give in and go down on our knees and allow everything to happen, then the cosmic authorities are forced to stand back, you see? So we're very much a part of this. The more we're aware, you don't have to do anything crazy. The idea is awareness. I presented the information on the fake alien invasion so that we are prepared. Preparedness. As they change, I'll try to update it and change it. So when it happens, when it starts to happen, when the signs start to happen, we're aware. I also said in my last several videos that they want to go into an end scenario, a world destruction scenario. That the suppression of the trigger, the fake alien invasion, the planetary war, whether it's World War III and then a planetary war, or just a planetary war with fake aliens, whatever it is, that's the trigger for the end. As long as we keep suppressing that, they're going to still keep trying to do that. What they'll try to do is they'll try to create a fake alien invasion attack, and then to immediately, because they're not going to be able to sustain it, they're going to immediately jump into some end of the world scenario. See, I still think they're going to go to the end of the world scenario. They're going to try to leap to the end of the world scenario, but it's very difficult. It takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of effort, and if you do that without the consent of society, if you do that by breaking too many cosmic laws, then the cosmic authorities can intervene. So they're playing, well, you don't see this, but the masters of this world, they're playing a very fine game. They have to convince you enough, and they have to not cross too many of the cosmic laws in order to get their way. This is why they're so deceptive. They need to fool you enough, and they need to fool the cosmic laws enough, right? Rules are meant to be broken. So they're kind of walking between, say, well, if we do that, then we can do this, and we can destroy this place. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to figure out the formula. So I'm trying to tell you how to stop it. Stop it. Don't believe any of these world war destruction scenarios. Don't believe in fake aliens invading the world, because they haven't invaded in 6,000 years. You know, don't accept another flu outbreak. Don't accept a biological attack. Don't accept another terrorism threat. Don't accept the idea that asteroids are going to hit us and we're going to have to give up our liberties. Don't accept it. Just don't accept it, and then look into it. Understand it. So this is primary. Don't surrender to this stuff. Don't allow them. If we keep holding them back, if we suppress the trigger, if they miss the window to launch the end of the world scenario, in the next 12 to 18 months, the cosmic clocks are shifting and humanity is going to progress. So they're running out of time. So they're going to keep trying. We have to keep saying, we're going to have to keep our focus, stay calm. Everybody, no matter what you're doing, okay, no matter what they say, if they say, okay, we're going to give you, we're going to be nice to you, if they say, okay, no World War III, and they're signing documents, don't believe it. If they say, okay, the aliens, they promised to come next month, we're signing documents, don't believe it. If they say we're shaking hands with all of our axis of evil, don't believe it. Don't believe what they say. Keep going. Keep going and keep going. If those two words, please, keep going. Keep yourself sane. Keep yourself calm. Keep yourself aware. Don't accept any of these world destruction scenarios. Don't accept surrendering your children to these people. Just maintain it. If we keep holding them off, they're going to run out of time. They won't have the momentum to destroy the planet. They really run out of time. Society progresses, you see. If the wave in the ocean doesn't build to a tidal wave, by the time it reaches the land, it's going to be just a little ripple in the water. They're trying to build it. You guys have got to keep it down. Keep the anger, the fear, keep it all down. So I think we've had some initial success. This is what I see. My personal view. I don't have the proof. I think they're still going to launch into this alien scenario, but it's going to be improvised. So expect some changes. Be adaptive. We're in adaptive times.